Hello and welcome to Glorious Miniatures. My name's Jolyon, and in today's video we've got another Sunday preview for you. It's the 10th of September 2023. Let's just get into it. The twin-tailed crusade runs into an Ironjawz problem. Strap on your armor, boys. It's time for the cities of Sigmar found out what a real army looks like. This week, we're going Ironjawz mad and joined by a large and very irritable Troggherd king rising from his slumber. It's a good time to root for Grand Alliance destruction, and a pretty miserable one for anyone in their way. So let's see what the week has in store. Okay, that sounds pretty good so far. Especially if you're an orky type person. Scroll down. We got Dawnbringers Book 2, Reign of the Brute. The story of the twin-tailed crusade continues in Dawnbringers Book 2, as the brave soldiers of Hammerhall strike out across Akrishi and Giran. This time they'll have some titanic foes to deal with, as one branch clashes head-on with Gargant King Brod, seeking vengeance for the death of his father, while the other tangles with Trugg, the Troggherd king. This book contains a selection of awesome battle plans to reenact moments from the book, as well as the latest narrative and rules for 4 new armies of renown. It's packed with great stuff for fans of the Mortal Realms, and will be available to pre-order on Saturday in either a regular or captivating limited edition. We have 2 books, 2 illustrations, one for the special and one for the regular one. It's essentially the same monster, and one's just a bit snazzier than the other. So if a collector's editions are yours thing for you, then get ready to purchase it. I don't know how many they're doing or anything like that, even if they do truly limited editions, but we'll see on Saturday. But we're moving down to Truggs' Great Troggherd. Well, okay then. Get that up on the screen. So we've got controls and I guess Trugg himself. Is that a what's it called? Is that a Seraphon sort of stone thing? I wonder. It looks like one to me. After a century or 2 of sleep, Trugg woke up with an almighty headache, which might have something to do with the great celestial engine someone had stuck onto his head while he caught 40 winks. As the slightest hint of the arcane causes him excruciating pain in the skull, he's gathered a horde of his fellow Trogghers for a no-holds-barred magic-smashing tour, and a twin-tailed crusade is in his warpath. We get, let's have a scroll down, get a bit more details about this. Truggs' Great Troggherd gives you all the miniatures you need to start an all-Troggherd army, including the king himself and his entourage of 6 rock-gut Trogghers. It's the first place you can get this new bruiser, and it's a great accompaniment to existing gloomspite-gitz armies too. Well, that is very interesting. Age of Sigmar is not hugely kind of for me. However, I do enjoy painting up some of the characters, etc., and certainly some of the monsters when I can. This is certainly a tempting thing, which I may attempt to get. I haven't got any of these new Trogghers. I never got around to getting them, so maybe this is the chance for me to consider purchasing them. I guess we'll see what else is up for pre-order this week. And we can scroll down, though. On a rabble-rowza, right here. Well, he's got his flying squigs, always very important, and he's wearing the skull of some poor defeated enemy. Speaking of the gits, only one truly versed in the ways of making noise could rouse the Troggherd king from his hibernation, and a rabble-rowza is just that grot. The piercing, magically enhanced voices of these chattering champions are loud enough to disturb creatures lurking far underground, and he's just what a horde of grots needs to buck their ideas up. Scroll down a smidgen more to some gloomspite-gitz dice. Yellow with black pips. These dice are a great way to give your gloomspite-gitz a flash of style. Each pack contains 20 yellow plastic dice with the emblem of the bad moon embossed in black ink, just what the Loon Boss ordered. People always need more dice, and I suppose with horde armies you need just even more dice. So, we also got Battle Tome Supplement Ironjawz. Oh, hello. A host of new Ironjawz are coming to pre-order on Saturday. Their rules can be found inside the new Dawnbringers book. But in case you aren't getting your hands on a copy this week, we got you covered with a free PDF download of Battletime Supplement. Ironjawz. This contains all 8 war scrolls from Ardboys with their new weapon options to the brutal Tuskboss on Maw-grunta. Speaking of which, ooh, look at that majestic animal. Tuskboss on Maw-grunta. Big Pig is here. Lead your Ironjawz from the front atop the most ornery, short-tempered mount seen so far in the Mortal Realms. Really, this thing would give Troggherd a run for its money. The Tuskboss is a powerful fighter and a capable leader for Ironjawz armies, and unlocks the ability to take Maw-gruntas as battle line choices. Look at this. I actually only just realized he's carrying sort of, I'm assuming there's maybe another orc on the other side of the Big Pig, but this is quite a fun miniature. I wish I had my airbrush to sort of, so I could get painting this. This is a very tempting purchase. I don't collect orcs for Age of Sigmar at all. Technically, I don't really collect them for 40k either, for that matter, but this is a really fun mini. I can imagine lots of conversions waiting to happen on this, but I guess we'll find out in the future. So we got 2 versions, I believe. We've got the Maw-grunta Gouger, which is just himself and the pig, and then we got the Maw-grunta with Hacking Crew, with the 2 extra orcs on either side. Okay, I think I personally prefer the Gouger option, which is this one right here, rather than the other one. So if I was going to get it, I would absolutely be building this version. Don't care about in-game rules or anything like that. I would only be building it and painting it for fun. I think this is definitely an interesting mini. And, well, price dependent. I will be putting up the prices as soon as I find them out, which is going to be probably sometime on Monday. I will be putting them in the comments below. So make sure you come back and check those prices out. That's right, an entire army of giant, hairy chargers. This kit builds the Tuskboss variant, or alternatively a Maw-grunta with Hacking Crew, or Maw-grunta Gouger, with plenty of options for making yours stand out on the battlefield. Okay then. Okay, so there is the main boss there, and then there's the Maw-grunta with Hacking Crew. Okay, so those are slightly different kits. With the sort of mounted orc on top, they are slightly different. One's the actual character and the other's just a general geezer, I guess. We got the Ardboy Big Boss right here. Not all leaders need to ride something big and flashy to get the job done. The Ardboy Big Boss is a seasoned commander who marches to war alongside his fellow orcs, getting stuck into combat with 5 damage to attacks and a bad attitude to match his prodigious resilience. Here he is right here, as you just saw. He's got a big old spear thing, he's got a sword, lots of heavy armor, bad attitude, and some sweet rules by the sound of it. Will anyone be getting this one? Got some Auric Ardboys right here. Ardboys are the bread and butter of an Ironjawz war. If the bread were metal and the butter were violence. This new kit updates the classic armored Aurics into a new age, with brand new options to equip all 10 with spears and shields. Plus, they look absolutely brilliant. Well, that's a fantastic thing. If you want a sort of chunky Ardboy Ironjawz army, it's great stuff. I really like how these are painted up. I love the yellow armor. Maybe the I'm slightly biased because of the love of the Imperial Fists and all that sweet yellow armor that they have. That could be. It's definitely a temptation. Got the spear and shield option right there on this particular build. They look pretty snazzy. Scroll down to the Weird Brute Wreckers and Brute Ragers. Okay. When an Auric's bragging gets too much, they can't live up to the lofty expectations they've set. The shame sends them on a path of self-destructive redemption as a Brute Rager. Stripping off their armor and carrying massive two-handed weapons into battle, they seek to reclaim a sense of self-worth through sheer bloody-minded butchery, and woe betide those who would try to stop them. Hopefully we get the right picture right there. I particularly like this chap, bottom right-hand corner, with that massive bladed thing. I don't know, I think that's absolutely magnificent. That could be quite fun just to get to paint, well, for fun. Sometime. Will it happen this week? Who knows? And here are... Sometimes, the storm of war energy that swirls around an Auric battle can send some boys off the deep end, and they end up in a unit of Weird Brute Wreckers. The only thing they're good for is bolting on an iron mask and swinging a heavy ball and chain, which is a task their fellow Ironjawz are only too happy to set them to. Okay, so they've got some masks, some iron headgear, and a ball and chain. Are they as good as the Night Goblin fanatics? Who knows? They look like they can certainly do some damage though. Followed up by Zogrok Anvil Smasher. Okay, here's the one with the Anvil Squig. A proper release calls for some legendary name characters, and one of the greatest ever is finally taking their first steps in the mortal realms. Strong, handsome, and indispensable in a forge, Clonk is a true red-blooded hero of Gorka Morka, and he even comes with an entire Auroch Smith as a bonus. All jokes aside, Zogrok Anvil Smasher is a legendary forge master responsible for the thick armor and rugged blades carried by his Ironjawz tribe. He's also a dab hand in a fight, as you might expect from an Auroch, and he can smash enemy ward saves into nothing with his crude magical sword. I do see that sword is half forged, slowly cooling down, powered by magic. Who knows what's going on? He's got his sort of leather blacksmith gear on, apron thing, and he's got his little squig friend right there. Will I be getting this? I don't believe I will be. I do not believe I will be getting this one. I know many people will be. I am firmly against red squigs though for some reason. We got Vanguard Auroch Warclans right here. Get that image up. And okay, we got some sort of artillery, we got some regular troops, and someone carrying a banner, and something on some kind of wild beast. Now, let's read up and see what it actually is. If you prefer your Aurochs of the sneaky, scheming variety, Vanguard Auroch Warclans is just a collection of Kruleboyz for you. The set contains a killer boss on Great Gnashtooth, a Merc Knob with Belcher banner, 1 Beast Skewer Killbow, 3 Man Skewer Bolt Boys, and 10 Gut Rippers. Perfect for starting your own swamp-dwelling warband, or building on an existing army with a balanced selection of units. Okay, I don't know much about these. I'm not particularly enthralled with this particular faction. I thought I might have been when I first saw them, but I've gradually kind of completely gone off them. They do have an occasional miniature which does sort of raise an eyebrow sort of in temptation. I've so far resisted it. However, these Vanguards, is this going to be a good deal for people collecting an army? Is it going to be the sort of deal where you'd want to get a couple of the boxes? That's the real question. I know there are some boxes where you absolutely do want to get kind of a few of those Vanguards, or indeed sort of combat patrols, and then some which are just like, no, you just need one for some particular reason, and that's it really. Let me know in the comments, will you be getting this one? Who's hyped for the Kruleboyz? What's some Black Library? Yndrasta, the Celestial Spear. Yndrasta is an intimidating hunter with a penchant, silently dropping off freshly decapitated heads at the foot of Sigmar's throne, and in Yndrasta, the Celestial Spear by Noah Van Eugen, she has her work cut out for her defending the sled city of Rika Min, a nomadic metropolis that skids across the icy tundras of Gur. Okay, I butchered a few names there, I do apologize. So this is another flying Stormcast. Who is going to be getting this? In her quest to slay a mighty kraken threatening the settlement, Yndrasta befriends Nij I can't pronounce that name, a local who soon discovers that the hunter's ferocity may just outstrip the Leviathan menacing her home. Previously available only in a glitzy limited edition, this novel is now coming to pre-orders in hardback, ebook, and audiobook editions. Okie dokie, so finally you can get your hands on it if you didn't get that glitzy limited edition. Then you got the Warhammer Plus stuff as always, which we don't really cover on this channel. We don't really do Warhammer Plus yet. Maybe in the future, as the channel grows, I will subscribe to it and see what's what. Otherwise, but until then, we're a bit of away from that. In the meantime, folks, do consider going to checking out my website, gloriousminiatures.com. I am starting to get back to blogging, etc., and that kind of jazz. Who's hyped for what in this week's preview? A couple of those orc things are definitely tempting. And maybe that Troggherd box set. I've no idea what they called it. I've already forgotten. That's tempting, but as always, the price. I will be dropping that on Monday as soon as I can. Make sure to check the comments on Monday for the prices to see if you're really that interested or not. And that's all I got to say. Thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you've liked, subscribed, hit the bell for notifications, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.